record, you will only well up here. Can we see that all good? Yeah. Right. Amazing. I'll just put myself here. Right. So let's get pens and paper out. If you haven't got a pen and paper, I would highly recommend putting it into your notes, doing it as you go. If you're doing cardio, I know a lot of you girls join in when you're on the cardio machines, so I would join in and just take some notes on your phone as well. But first of all, goal setting workshop, a guide created to help you achieve your goals for 2024. Let's actually set intentions for the year ahead. There's no point in just saying we want to do all these things and then it comes to February and you're like, shit, I still haven't done it in March. Oh my God, comes the summer, I'll try and do that. Oh, do you know what? It's Christmas, we'll wait. You're wasting time, all right? So this is really important. Don't just write, actually take action on these things, okay? So achieving success in 2024. There is all different areas, but I am going to focus on physique and personal development. And under personal development, obviously, comes your mental health, and physique is obviously why you are all here. So I do feel like that will definitely benefit everyone all around. All right. So as we step into a new year, it's the perfect time to set the standard for achieving your goals in 2024. Today, I'll simply share yet powerful approach to helping you achieve your aspirations and make this a year to remember. So can anyone, like, even just off your head before we kind of click in and get this going, did people write down goals for last year and did you achieve them? Ask yourself that. Did you write them down and did you achieve them? If you said, yeah, I wrote them down, but I didn't achieve them, I didn't even start them, that's fine. You know what you need to do. Were they too big or did you just not bother? And if you did try, well, what kind of held you back? And you'll be able to have a little think about it. Anyone that did achieve their goals, do you think maybe you thought they were big at the time and they weren't? Yeah. And then you done them and you were like, that actually wasn't as bad as what I thought. So I want you to think outside the box today. Write something down that is going to be like, oh my God, that is going to scare the shit out of me. Right. Okay. And that gives me goosebumps. I'm like, when I write stuff down, I'm like, Jade asked me today in the car, what's your goals for 2024? And I was like, no, I'm not even saying them out loud. And she's like, Kira, what? Like, and I'm like, no, I'm not saying them because they make me feel a little bit weird. That's how they should make you feel. It shouldn't be like, I just want to do this. I want to do that. They're great. Like if you want to have a little chat or whatever, but make sure these ones are personal that you're like, oh my God, that's after scaring me. Okay. So we are here to help at Fit Coach Rossi. We provide not only a plan and a result, but education with group calls to learn about your body and understand your food cycle and balance, along with like your hormones and like your training as well. Okay. Really, really important that you're not just here to jump on a program and check in every week. Boring. You don't really see that much progress. You want to learn about your body and learn as much while you're here as well. All while achieving your desired goal and result, but education with group calls to learn about your body and desired goal down the line. So where do we start and why do we create a vision plan? So like if you think about it, you have to have a why as to the reason you're doing everything. So just write down, first of all, why did you start this program? How are you feeling? What made you start? Did you see a friend doing it? Are you sick of feeling the way you're feeling? What changed in your life and why did you start coaching and why did you start going to the gym? Or what has made you say, no, do you know what? I need to make a change. What has kind of like really let your brain think on this one as to why? Because when you don't have a why, there's no reason to get going or to do anything. You have to have a why. Some people here have kids. Girls, your why is for your kids' longevity, health, overall improvements. Some of us want to feel more confident in our relationship. Some of us want to feel more confident around friends. When we go away, we want to feel good. We don't want to be the person hiding. We want to look at performance. I don't want to be tired all the time in my job. I want to feel good. There can be small little things like that, but they're just little ideas, okay? So obviously setting goals helps you become a little bit more aware of where you need to get to, and it's always playing in the back of your mind. Some people think it's a little bit obsessive. Personally, I don't. I think you should have a goal. And the reason most people aren't where they are or want to be or happy even with who they are in their body is because they live this lazy life that you don't really have to have a goal, and don't be putting pressure on yourself when realistically pressure is a privilege. Okay. That's my opinion. So clarity and breaking it down. So the main points when setting your goal. So your why, as I said. So everyone think about why they're doing it. So some of us here are obviously working in the fitness industry. Why are you doing it? Do you love it? Do you want to do it for a life that you want to live? Are some of yous doing it just because other people are? Like, why are you actually signing up to a program, or why are you writing down the goals that you want right now, and break it down? So you could even go into a little bit more depth in your own time too. Don't feel like you can't, but this is just obviously to give you a little bit of an idea. And then prioritize and setting smart goals. I'll go into this now in a second. And then your check-in and accountability is everything. I just want to check I'm recording. Yes, I am. Oh my God. I was like, no. So check-in and accountability. We all have a check-in. We all have a coach. We all have someone that we need to turn to. And that's why everyone is here. And that's a huge thing. When people set goals and they don't have accountability, they never, ever achieve them. And that is a 99.9%. If you're not David Goggins, you won't achieve your results. And that's like facts, they say. Anyone that doesn't know David Goggins, look him up. If you don't, like, he just does everything without even, like, he doesn't even think of it like, I'm not doing it because I feel like this. He just gets this shit done. Now that's like an unrealistic approach. But because life happens and shit happens, and we don't have weeks where it is all good and plain sailing, we have emotions, and we're also females as well. So we have heightened emotions, especially at that time of the month. So it's not that easy. But check-in and accountability and communicating with your coach is obviously huge. So SMART goals. So you need to be specific. So write down these. So you need to be specific, measure. So why is your specific, and what you're doing it for, and how long you're doing it for. Measurable is your accountability. Just like you check in with your coach, what's your accountability towards your goals? We're your accountability. Okay. What else can you measure? Okay, well, by March and by the end of this transformation, I want to have this amount of money saved. No, after every 4 months, I want to go on maybe a quick city break, or I want to take a bit of a deload. Set some goals for yourself that you can sprint towards. When you're always excited and looking forward towards things, it changes the game. It changes how you look at every single day. Attainable. I'm saying think outside the box, but I'm also saying, what do you think is realistic for your life right now in terms of physique goals? Anything else in terms of saving, you write down and sort out your finances. And maybe if you want to save more, have a little think about what you feel like you could definitely do a week. Relevant, obviously, make sure that's something that you can do day to day, small steps. Like I was saying to the girls that are starting the 12-week, small steps add up to the big steps. Don't work off, oh my God, by the end of next year, this is what I want to be doing. Like, work off by the end of Q1, by the end of say April, I want to be feeling like this, or blah blah blah. And then timely as well. How long is it going to take you to get there? Some goals take a lot longer than others, but if you don't start now, you never will. Okay. Then plan, plan, plan. I am a huge one of this, okay? What gets written down gets done. If you don't write it down, you won't do it. If you write it down, and some people that do write it down and they don't tick it off, it's probably because it's not really on your priority list. So put 2 things or even 1 thing on your list that you can do every single day, that will literally just change your habits. Or even like a small thing like, I'm not going to snooze my alarm. Or in the evenings, mine is, I'm going to meditate every night before bed. If anyone hasn't heard of the Calm app, CALM, you've got like Jay Shetty. Who else is there? There's like a few other meditations, and my goal this year is every single night without fail, I need to do like a 2 to 3 meditation just to wind down. And the next morning I wake up and I'm feeling a lot more light and energized. This daily planner I will put into the group chats as well. You can screenshot it, or if you wanted to even print it off and like do it for a week and see how you get on with it. But if you're not writing stuff down, even in your check-in, you'll know that you probably won't do it the week after. So you're better off writing everything down. I'm quite old school. A lot of people like to do it on Google calendars and stuff, but I like to write. I like to have a pen and paper and tick stuff off as I go. Same with this here. I'm super old school. I'm a diary girl. So might be a good idea to invest in a diary. It's not too expensive. They're like €2 and you can get them in the pound shop. I like the ones with the full day, so I can kind of write some lists out. So that might help some of you. And then some things to consider when you're planning. So consider your personal priorities, okay? So why are you all here? I've already asked you that. Why did you start? Did you write that down? When you reflect back on last year and it really makes you think, okay, well, why didn't I achieve those goals? Did I overachieve or did I underachieve? So just ask yourself that now. And if you underachieve, that's fine, but why did you underachieve and why didn't you get there? Because you need to look at those things and not just brush them off, because most of the time people are just afraid to look at them because they know they failed, and it's all right to fail, you're meant to. But did you overachieve or did you underachieve? Okay, if you overachieved, you need to go higher, you need to think outside the box, and you need to push your boundaries a little bit more. If you underachieved, you need to bring your expectations down, and you need to work a little bit harder towards getting there. And then setting clear and specific goals. Okay, so timeline out and having an end goal. So you girls have 12 weeks, or some people have 16 weeks. One-to-one coaching is endless, but you've still got a timeline. You need to be here by A to B. Timelines obviously give you something to work off, and maybe land doesn't exist. Okay, like what I was saying at the very start. Having a timeline creates a sense of urgency, and it helps you stay accountable, whether it's a weekly check-in with your coach, monthly checking in on your goals, or quarterly. If anyone has a diary right now, go to your diary and right at the end of the month, do accountability with myself and my goals. Like, write that down. Go to the end of a month where you'll get a notification, put it in your notes or go into your calendar now and add it in. Check in on my goals. Have I been hitting them? Where am I with in terms of what I want to write down? And at least you're kind of holding yourself accountable for as well. Is there any questions so far? No? All good. Everyone seems to be tapping away here and writing away. Is everyone's brain kind of thinking? Yeah, it really does make you think, because you know what? I actually tried this the other day where I sat down and I had no distractions around me, and I was like, no, I'm writing this out. I am literally going to put all my goals down, and I couldn't even think. I was like, I need someone to call out what I need to think about here, because you'll pick up your phone, you'll be like, oh my God, I was meant to be doing this, and then you won't end up doing it. You might write out one thing, and then you're like, wait, what was I even talking about right now? So if you actually have them down, um, write this down too. It's a really, really cool way, and it kind of gives you like it makes you feel really good when you send it off. I wrote myself a letter last year of what I wanted to achieve, and I sent it to my email. So write yourself a wish list of your letter. What life do you want to live? What body do you want to be in? How do you want to show up every day to work? What type of person do you want to be? Do you feel like you need to look at things maybe that happened last year that you're just bypassing, that you don't want to look at? What do you feel like as a person you need to delve into deep down? Like, what do you feel like I would love to do? Or I'd actually love to be like that. Or I need to maybe become a little bit more confident. Or I'm actually going to try out a new hobby, or I'm going to try out a new machine in the gym, or something on the lines of that. Or I want to travel this year and I never done it last year. Well, why? Well, like, loads of things just happened and then time got away. Like, you're leaving in the back of your head a little bit of disappointment, and you're not really showing your full potential. And if you've got a lot of regrets after last year, if it wasn't the best year for yourself, that's all right as well. You're all here to make a change, and it starts literally from right now. And this is why I am like so passionate about writing things down and setting goals, because it just kind of sets the tone for the month. We'll have an end of the month reflection, and let's look back and see what have we actually achieved. Um, does anyone want to write down in the chat box there, what are some of your physique goals? Like, what would you like to achieve by the end of your program, or say by March or April? Even just put into the chat box, like, some people might want to be able to run or have fitness. Like, is there anything there that people you could give other people ideas for? We always like to help each other out as well, girls. Anyone that's new, don't be afraid to pop some ideas in here, because it does give other people a little bit of mind, and they give them ideas as well. So is there anything there that you want to achieve? Some people might be doing photo shoot prep. Some people might be saying definition in my abs. There you go. And that's like the smallest thing, but it's something that would make you feel confident. It's going to make you feel good. And people think stuff like that, oh my God, like I don't need to be able to, it's not about my body. Like, it kind of is about your body as well. It comes hand in hand. Grow the glutes, unreal. Yes, full pull-ups. I love that as well. Like, you want to feel strong. Everyone wants to feel confident. You want to be able to, I know when I see people looking around in the gym as well that are quite new, and they see other people training, exactly, muscling your back. Like, you see people training, you're like, I'm dying to build up strength like that. I'm dying to see my body change like that. You can be that person. It's just about obviously getting from A to B. Yeah, and you'll definitely get there as well. Um, I like to see all of these. Is there anything there is there any places that people want to be able to travel to? Is anyone going anywhere nice this year, or that you'd like to do? Be able to do 5K without breaks, you'll definitely be able to do that as well, Sophie, 100%. But is anyone going anywhere nice? want a good strong core so I can lift my baby. Yeah, and they're big things, like they're being able to go up and down your stairs holding something, or not being out of breath. Dubai is on the list. I love that. Anyone else going anywhere nice? Or want to go anywhere nice? Is there anything there that anyone wants to share that, oh my God, unreal. Wow, that would be fab. Is there anywhere that, or anything that anyone has down goals wise that they want to share that they want to achieve next year? I know they are quite personal, but if you want to pop them in, please do. But I'll fly back here and then at least we can come back to the questions in the box. But it's lovely to see everyone kind of sharing ideas. So, for example, goals by health and wellbeing experts for 2024. So doing the work, no excuses, and actually taking action and trying. Okay, progress over perfection. Write that down. My day does not have to be perfect every day. Write these words down. My day does not have to be perfect every single day. I am human and I make mistakes. Like, write that down. I am human and I make mistakes. Next line. If my day doesn't go to plan, I pick it up from the next meal or the next day. Okay, if you had a shit meal and you had a McDonald's and you're like, oh my God, I hate myself right now over this, I feel so shit. What do you do next? Go and get yourself a bowl of Greek yogurt and finish out the day strong, and you'll forget all about the McDonald's, trust me. Okay, so write that down, take a picture of it and stick it somewhere where your daily tracker or something is, that if I have a bad day, it does not turn into a bad week. If you can control that one thing, that one little thing, my session wasn't good, it's a shit week. No, it's not. Your session just wasn't good. If your meals weren't great and you were out running around like everyone at Christmas and you went in and grabbed a bit of food and it wasn't the best option you went for, that's okay. You get back on track the day after, you get back on track with the next meal. It doesn't have to be game over when you make a little mistake, okay? So just make sure you know that you can make mistakes and that it won't be 100%, and write down progress over perfection. To prioritize balance, it doesn't have to be a hardcore approach, and obviously your goals are different to everyone else. Dedication is to your daily health and well-being practices. Does anyone try meditation or journaling or anything like that? Journaling is something that I say I want to get into, but even writing out 3 lines in the morning, I know a lot of people that do gratitude and write out what they're grateful for and stuff. It does actually help. Gaining muscle as well, that's something that some of you said there in your goals. Running a further distance, marathons, whatever make you happy. Cold showers, I know Jade, you're starting them cold showers in the morning. And then improving your sleep quality. So sleep is everything. And then setting words of intention. Okay, so write down a few words there, I think it's back here, on what you're going to set. So like, what are your, if you're writing all these things down, what are you going to do every single day to get there? Right, well, I'm going to watch what I'm spending on coffee every day. If I'm going to save and go for a thing, I'm going to make a coffee at home. I'm going to prioritize myself, and I'm maybe going to say no to a few people next year. I'm not going to be a people pleaser anymore. I'm not going to fall underneath peer pressure. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do whatever the fuck makes me happy. Point blank. If you are people pleasing people right now and you spent the whole Christmas just going under pressure and what people want you to do, you need to make a change, okay? That's being honest. And that's like, you really do need to make a change, especially if it didn't make you happy and if you didn't enjoy it. Take those little things into your mind and go, yeah, do you know what? What was I even doing? That was just shit and a waste. Okay. I'm not talking about going out or anything. I'm talking about in general. And then our last thing here, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Take a screenshot. I'm going to take a screenshot too. So we've all got wish lists, but it's about what you can make come true with the work that you're going to put in, and obviously how you're going to get there. So I really hope that that did help. Is there anything that anyone wants help with, or that they'd like me to kind of go into a little bit more that might help, or like get your brain thinking a little bit more, or does that help? No, it's got you thinking. So while you're on this buzz and you're in the zone, take the last 6 minutes. So until half, don't touch your phone and just write down these few things and go and jot on them by yourself. Okay. So 5 points and then go and jot on them for the next 6 to 20 minutes if you want. So number 1, personal, and right beside it, who do I want to become? And how am I going to show up every day? Number 2, physique. What goals? Where do you want to be? How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? How strong do you want to feel? Number 4, well-being. What are you going to do for yourself every day? It could be hydration. It could be setting a little task for yourself every day. Using your diary or actually sticking to those habits. So starting from tomorrow morning, what are you going to do? If you've got an alarm tonight, put on your alarm, either I am not going to snooze this, or I am going to write my tasks out for the day. I'm going to journal this morning because I said last night on the call I'm going to do it. Why am I not doing it right now? If you're not doing it, you should feel guilty tomorrow if you made yourself a promise that you're going to do it every day. Okay? It's one day. Do it. It's literally 2 minutes and you'll be like, yes. It's so satisfying when you tick stuff off. You'll love that. Number 4, financial. That's something to think about. Are you sick of saying, oh my God, I'm just shit with money? Sort it out. We're adults. Plan and prioritize your money and you'll feel so much better. And then number 5, travel. And just up there for number 4, for financial, go into your apps and see what apps you're still paying for on subscriptions. And you'll be like, oh my God, iTunes, stupid things that you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know that comes out. And you can cancel it. And I can guarantee you'll have like an extra €100 even by the end of the week or month with the amount that comes out on small little things like that. So look at like your apps and what's actually coming out as well. And then travel. So you need to have travel goals, or even if you want to have like goals of like a nice hotel break, or if you want to take a little bit of downtime, or if you want to schedule in like self-care as well, put number 6 as self-care as the final one. So mine is meditation, protein for me, because I slack on that the odd time, not gonna lie, hence why I bought the Clear Whey again. Last time, I will say it, cranberry raspberry. It's unreal. If you like dilute, get it. It's super good. And water is one for me. So I need to have 2 of these in a day. Okay, so that's something I slack on, and I'm like, shit, I've got no water left, and I've still got one of these left from yesterday, which means I didn't even drink a full 1.5 liters yesterday. Okay, so if you want to write down like what you feel like you could do a little bit more. And another thing actually I want to do is stretching again, because my body is, and the mobility is just on a different level at the minute of stiffness. It's very bad. So you've got 5 things there. First one is personal. Who are you? Who do you want to become? And how am I going to show up for myself every day? Could be to do with the program. Could be if you feel like you don't write stuff down and you're holding yourself accountable on your tracker. You've got a tracker on your file. Anyone that's starting next week, you'll obviously, excuse me, get your file. Anyone that has their file now, there's a daily note section. Journal every day. Today went well. Tomorrow I need to do this, and use that as your journal. Or if you like writing, definitely write it down. Physique. In 12 weeks time, I want to be feeling like this, and also write a short-term goal. In 4 weeks time, when we have our catch-up call for the goals, this is where I want to be. And sometimes you won't get there. Sometimes you'll be like, fuck's sake, like I said I was going to get there and I never done it. Life happens. Shit happens, but you try it. And then you get that reassurance that you go, do you know what? We just go again. What do I need to do different? And you look at it again. Well-being, obviously the hydration, setting little tasks out a day, to-do lists, and every day, obviously using your journal or whatever you're using, and don't let that go as a habit, because those small little things and changes, they come into everything in your life. They come into your training, they come into your relationships, boundaries, everything, and it will really, really help. Financial, so like, is there something that you're saving for? If there's something that you're working towards, financial reward is huge for people. So working towards something and being like, I can actually afford that for myself right now, that made me feel good. And it's not about buying something like buying the MacBook or buying like a car or whatever, because that feels like nothing when you get there. It's like, I worked hard for this, and this is what I really want to get. And when you get it, it's so good. You feel so accomplished. So they're really good to have financial goals down. And then you've got your travel, places that you want to see, people that you want to communicate with. Maybe you want to try out different courses or try out different activities, things that you're like, I've always said I wanted to try that and I never do. Don't have regrets. Everything moves way too fast. No one is too old to do anything, by the way. So if you feel like, oh, I'd love to do something like that and you haven't done it yet, apply for whatever you want to apply for. Go for the job role. If you don't get it, who cares? You still tried. The worst thing people do is not try. And then self-care at the end. Meditation for me, protein targets for me, non-negotiables, water, stretch, and mobility are my ones. And then you look at that list and you go, Jesus, that's a lot to kind of put into one day, isn't it? This isn't about putting all this into one day. This is about looking at the very first thing at the top of your page, emailing yourself these 5 things that I want to achieve. Like, email yourself tonight. This is what or in 2020, at the end of 2024, I want to read back on this and say I done it. And then the last thing that you can do is a vision board. Okay, so if you're not sure how to make a vision board, these are 2 things that you can do. So 2 things to do to make a vision board. This is the exciting part, because you can visually see it, and it's so important to visually see. Number 1, download Instalayout. Instalayout is just a collage app, or Instacollage. And basically what you can do is you can make 2 files with like all your screenshots of your pictures that you want to, like things that you want to feel like, looking like, what life you want to live. And then you put them together. So you put the 2 collages together and you set it as your home screen. And by the way, I always see people doing this, like they've got their, I used to do it as well, where I've got my vision board on my screensaver, and people are like, what's that on your screensaver? Is that your vision board? And I'm like, no. And I lock it and I'm like, no, like, no. And now I leave it out and I'm like, yeah, that is my vision board. And they're like, what the fuck, she's a nerd. So I don't care. So I literally, it will feel like people will look at that and go, what the hell is that on your screen? Keep it there, and then it will just remind you every day. So number 1, download Layout and Collage app, or Instacollage, either or, Instalayout or Instacollage. And number 2, take screenshots of the life or the person or the body or the places that you want to see, and put them all into Instacollage. You might be able to put 8 pictures into one or 4 into one, and then you just put them together on, then collage them and put them on your screensaver. And if you're looking for all your pictures, look on Pinterest. So download Pinterest, it's free. And it has the best ideas. It's that easy. And it will really, really change your life. And I'm not just saying that. Everyone is here to make a change. You girls are all here to start 2024 as totally different people, and to change, and to obviously look at yourself and say, what the hell, 3 months ago when we done that goal setting workshop, and look where we are now. Everyone can well do it as well. It's just about how do you piece it all together, because everyone knows how to kind of do all these things, or go deeper on your thinking as well, and really write out on those 6 points there, detail, do a page on each, take a screenshot and email it over if you don't want to email yourself and type it up. I like to type it up and then just send it over to myself, and it's basically a promise letter. And that's why I caption it, a promise letter. So a letter to myself. And then I'll read it back to myself at the end of the year, or I'll read it back to myself every 3 to 4 months. All right. So enjoy. I know I said do until half, but if you've got time, girls, really do set the intentions. Life goes fast. It's really busy, obviously, starting back with work and everything. Take these time, like in the next few minutes until even like 8, and get those goals down, get them written down, screenshot them, put them on your file. Make sure you go into your file and write down the goals as well so that they're ready to go. And yeah, here's to obviously an amazing 2024 for everyone. Time to make a change, and anyone that's with us a long time, girls, time to pick it back up again and let's go. But if anyone needs anything, please do pop us over a message. I hope that that inspired everyone and it helped as well. And then we will see you. All the call times are in the group, and we'll see you then next week. All right. Thanks so much, girls. Bye.